So guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you my first impressions on the brand new flankers of the most popular designer perfumes that have just recently been launched and I've already smelled today in Frankfurt. So if you want to find out more about them, then definitely keep on watching this video for all the details, and please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up if you appreciate me going out, checking out these brand new fragrances for you, as well as feel free to subscribe to my channel because all of that is very helpful for me, and once you're done with that, we can get started. So hello and welcome everyone to today's first impressions episode on the brand new flankers of the most popular designer perfumes for women. Just in case you've already smelled an interesting new perfume release, then definitely comment down below and keep on watching this video till the end because I will be ranking all of these new releases. So let's get started with no particular order. The first one that I've smelled today was the flanker of the Aqua Allegoria collection by Guerlain that is called Forte, Rosa, Palissandro. And already by the name you kind of get an impression that it is going to be about the rose and Palissandro wood, and I absolutely agree on that. You will get the rose part and it is very woody because of the Palissandro rose wood that is a little bit more metallic, maybe because of the geranium, but also quite woody, a little bit spicy because we got the coriander in there with the lemon, so it is refreshing in the opening. And I like how this rose is very much unisex, absolutely not typical feminine rose perfume. So I was impressed right away in the opening. It had that wow factor that I'm always looking for. So just in case you happen to enjoy rose perfumes, then definitely give this one a try. I've smelled it and loved it, so I sprayed my left wrist with it. On the right one I applied the new flanker by Chanel, which is another Fraiche, because this is the flanker of their Chance Fresh that comes now in eau de parfum concentration, and this is still a very citric perfume with aldehydes, totally in Chanel style. I'm not getting much of jasmine, however I'm getting more herbaceous woody part. Maybe it is coming from the teak wood, which is quite unique and not necessarily typical, and there is also some amber, but the main star in here is the note of citron. It is very refreshing and has typical Chanel DNA. So this is actually a very lovely perfume, although I'm not the biggest fan of such fresh and citrusy perfumes. This one is really nicely done, and maybe for the summer or just hotter days it would be amazing, for example, to wear to the office because it is inoffensive and smells really elegant, which is not necessarily a typical thing for citrusy perfumes. So just in case you happen to like the original Chanel Chance Fresh version, because there are a couple of them, then I think you might actually enjoy this one. I personally was really excited for the new version of Libre by Yves Saint Laurent, which in my personal opinion is one of the most interesting modern designer fragrances for women on the market. And when I saw this new one that is called L'Absolu Platine that comes in a stunning bottle, the design is kind of silverish platinum, I was so excited for it that I was really close to blind buying, but thanks God it appeared in the shop real fast and I had a chance to smell it, and also got this free sample of their official website together with a new masculine flanker, which I haven't smelled yet, but maybe we'll do that for fun together. But for now, let's smell this perfume. I will refresh my impression. So right away we also have like a very citric and a little bit bitter start like in the previous perfume, because in here we also have some citruses like bergamot and orange together with aldehydes that are kind of getting back into perfumery, which I'm excited about. But in here lavender is so strong that it is almost too much for me personally, although I adore the eau de toilette, the eau de parfum, the intense version of this perfume, and how nicely balanced it is with fruity and, you know, aromatic and floral sweet nuances of orange blossom, blackcurrant and vanilla. In here lavender is definitely the star of the composition, and it's not necessarily the note I'm comfortable with, because sometimes it reminds me of those old-fashioned aftershaves for men, and in here I'm not getting enough of the parts that will balance out the lavender. However, the bottle is really pretty, so I might actually get it just for that, but the fragrance fragrance for me is very strong. Maybe it's great for, you know, when you're going out and you want a modern perfume, so you still smell like, you know, something very trendy and at the same time strong because it's super powerful. But this collection overall is great, unlike the next one that has been done so many times. And yet again, Dior released a new flanker of their probably most popular perfume, J'adore. This is L'Adore, or however you pronounce it. Now, you guys, at first I really liked it. Like, my first impression was, this is nice, because in the opening I smelled something fruity. And now looking into the notes, I'm getting only flowers, just as jasmine, orange blossom, lily of the valley, violet and rose. Maybe that is actually some kind of nuance coming from the lily of the valley accord. Sometimes it reminds me of melon, and it was quite mouth-watering, fresh and really nice. But in the dry down, it's such a generic, typical designer fragrance that I'm not into it, and the bottle is nothing special. It's a very nice typical J'adore, and if in case you're a fan of this line and you like such opulent white floral perfumes but you still want it to be inoffensive, then you might want to check it out. But it is not too much of a difference that I would say go out and buy. It is so different from the rest of the line. However, you guys might already remember that my favorite designer perfume for women is L'Interdit, and I love all the flankers. I have so many of them, and also reviews, so just in case you want more information on this stunning perfume and why I love it so much, then definitely check out my previous reviews on these fragrances. But they've just released a new version of it that comes in a stunning bright red bottle. They've already had a Rouge flanker that was kind of like gourmand take on this beautiful white floral fragrance, and I got more of like creamy vanilla in that one. In here I get more of cacao pod, and it is still about white flowers such as tuberose, orange blossom is big in there with jasmine and a little bit of neroli, but it is powdered by cacao, and I really like that touch because it makes it a little bit more suitable for the colder weather. It's going to be amazing in the winter. So there is also tobacco and vetiver, patchouli and ambroxan, so it's a very complex and lovely fragrance that I definitely need to get myself because I am obsessed with this line, and the bottle is just stunning. But talking about stunning bottle designs, you guys, there is the flanker of the fragrance I'm not a fan of. Actually, in my personal humble opinion, this is the worst designer fragrance on the market, and I'm talking about a bestseller from Lancôme, the brand that I actually really like and used to wear. One of my favorites is Hypnose, but Olivia Belle has never been my cup of tea. However, I was really excited for the new version of it, L'Extrait, because you guys, it comes in this beautiful flashy reflective flacon, and I love the note, so I was really happy to grab a sample of it. And do you know what, when I smelled it, I was hoping I will get the beautiful oud note in there, and you know what, I did. However, it's not your typical intense oud, it's there for the structure, which I was missing in all previous Olivia Belle fragrances, because they were just sticky, messy, sweet, and just overpowering, headaching for me. In here we have the frankincense, red fruits, rose, oud, bergamot, and even iris. So what else do you want, guys? In here, iris note is so elegant, it's chic, it is absolutely expensive smelling. I'm getting powdery, woody, sweet, potent mix out of this stunning fragrance that I will definitely try to add to my collection. But on that note, I think it's time for ranking all these new releases. But before we do that, I just want to share with you my first impressions on this new Wine Tense by Yves Saint Laurent. And okay, you gentlemen don't need this perfume because it's typical freshy from a designer brand with some juicy citruses and maybe spices in the opening. I'm getting aromatic woods. Yeah, this is very generic and repetitive. I would even recommend this new Libre Platinum because it has a very unisex vibe like some other designer releases, which I'm excited about. But now, you guys, it goes to this new L'Adore by J'adore because it is just too mainstream, too generic, too boring in my personal opinion. The next place goes to, well, I'm sorry to say, but Libre, because it is a little bit too challenging and sharp because of that that lavender note in there. I wish it was just a little bit sweeter or rounder. Next up comes Chanel, and it's something that I can see myself wearing, not necessarily every day, but I like how potent and bold it is. It's also a little bit unisex, very fresh, totally in Chanel style. And next, you might be surprised, but I would say L'Interdit, and although I adore it, I will definitely buy it out of all these new releases. I would say it just approved my expectations when this Guerlain fragrance definitely gave me that wow moment and like a surprising effect. So it's at the second place and #1 most amazing new release, and huge discovery and surprise for me is this new La Vie Belle L'Extrait. It is stunning, and I guess it's gonna be the first one that I will purchase, but I'm actually really pleased by some of these flankers. You know, I don't like when brands are just creating new versions of their most popular perfumes that already have lots of flankers. I prefer when they focus on creating something new and original, and I am happy to report that there have been a few absolutely new and interesting perfume releases, like Narciso Rodriguez came out with All of Me, then there is new Barbary Goddess, and a few other fragrances that if you want me to update you on, definitely let me know that, and any other thoughts down below in the comment section. If there are any questions left, I'm here to answer them. Let's chat, and if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. They matter so much to me, just as your subscription. To stay in touch, make sure to follow me on my social media to see some behind the scenes, and definitely don't forget to shop perfumes with my discounts that will be linked down below in the description box, as well as other helpful information. And on that note, you guys, thank you so much for watching. By the way, how do you like my new jacket? If you remember my top list of quite a luxury style of fragrances, I actually replaced that top and got this one instead because I find it is a little bit more wearable. But thank you all for voting on that, and also watching this video. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.